want to work with you. And that means that you have to share more to maintain the reputation. So I think it's not just something that will stop somebody from sharing.
There's a good thing about it, is that it sets a trend. Because if you say you get these points, you have to say you get this currency by having this and this and this behavior.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
You must say something.
Yes.
Even if there are broadened concepts like helping one another or supportive or being having I don't know, but by stating which are the behaviors that lead to receiving this currency, you are setting a trend. So you are actually helping creating a culture, the culture that you want for your co-work space.
Being a role model.
And then if you have people in the co-work that don't behave like that, more normally, they will see themselves after 1 month when they have no currency. So they will look, maybe I'm not doing what in this place it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
To be doing.
Yeah, and that's why I brought this pyramid model. There is a kind of hierarchy within the system that the more you share, the more the higher you get. So I was even suggesting that the person who's like the richest will share, and he will like be the leader of the community. Definitely, he is like the most open-hearted person in the whole community when you come and meet him. And this person needs to be compensated. That was my proposal, and I want to hear your opinion about that.
Compensated
by yourself.
Material.
Yes.
It reminds me on this new concept of Bhutan. I think it's es heißt Bruttoinlandsprodukt auf English.
GDP.
Yeah, and there's a new idea on rewarding luck, also or happiness, the happiness index.
Yeah.
And it's also what is the aim of our economy? It's getting richer, but perhaps it's another. Also we can have
index and sharing index.
Yeah, sharing or it's also which values are making us rich.
Yeah.
So,
Could
also be a part of.
Well, richness isn't just about money.
Yeah, absolutely.
By a long shot. And I
Also, being part of a community is also a big
You become rich
motivation.
Share so much. So
It's a motivation a deep motivation of human beings.
Yeah.
So,
and you can have certain privilege and other people don't share, don't have.
Well, I mean, it is so valuable, because if you think about it, you needed a therapist, but you can't afford a therapist. And someone gives you, we'll just say an hour of their time, but regardless of what it is, I mean, that has a monetized value, but it's not being talked about in monetary terms. And I think that is a lot of what's happening now, is that sometimes it's being discussed in a credit-to-credit system, and sometimes it's just goodwill. We were talking about this earlier. It's like a karmic pool. You know, sometimes it has a result, sometimes it doesn't. And in a time when there's so, I don't know if I want to totally commit my words to this, but less money floating around, or there's a lot of money in one area and not a lot of money in another area, and there's a greater divide. The value we have, people have to have a strong sense of what their personal worth and value is, so that they can then share it. Because everyone has such richness, like you were talking about, to share. And our knowledge basis individually has so much value.
That's right,
I'm just confused right now because I've written down like social currency and reputation systems. I think you have, like you said before, you exchange 1 hour to 1 hour.
Oh, this was a different system that's happening in Los Angeles.
Yes, but this doesn't have to.
It's like trade, barter for services.
On an hourly basis.
It's a bank, and basically you donate, like say I donated 2 hours of strategy, and everyone is in like a bank pool, and you hold credits, almost like a bank account. And then I need to move. The person I gave the strategy work to doesn't necessarily have to do something for me. Someone else that's accumulated 2 credits could then come and help me move. And it's just like this whole ecosystem. This is the idea. I don't know how it's working yet, but it's like, so it is a level playing field that everyone's time is worth the same amount.
I haven't heard of this before.
I think it's interesting because it
Yeah.
can still keep business, and then your choice for philanthropy can be philanthropy.
So you leave the market price of your expertise or labor completely aside. You can just trade your strategy.
It's time.
Consultancy with the move by
Right,
over.
But you just feed to a pool.
Yeah.
I have an idea, also for the global community, it would be interesting to set up this small field, or a lab for social currencies. Perhaps your space is a part of this, one of Germany, one of each country who want to participate, and perhaps we have the same frame for the experiment, and we start to experiment and optimize, but perhaps differently, and then we share our insights, and this would be great.
I think that it could be a system to help the international network, because you can earn credits somewhere and spend it somewhere else, and in the same time in some way you can trust someone because he has some co-working credits.
Credit score.
So you have some credits, you can spend it in another country.
Yeah.
Just exchange, but I don't think the system of ours it could be good, because it's quite. I think that's the best way is to live, decide if the change is fine or not. It's okay.
I think our is just kind of indication. I mean, if you're like, I'm helping to move your house, and then you're like, 1 hour finished, I'm leaving. It's
No,
just like,
yeah.
I just, help you one time.
No, I think that it's okay for you 30 credit to build my site for, if you know it's 60. Okay.
But ours is going to hold inflation.
You have a negotiation every time?
Yeah, but it's money that doesn't exist and you can't convert in real money.
No.
So you just have some credit somewhere and you can spend in the same way. And you never can convert it to real money.
It's not
It's not about money, it's more about a barter or trade
Yeah.
system. But what's interesting that your company talks about a lot is really